You don't need fancy gym equipment, expensive memberships, or even expensive machines to get strong in midlife. Hey there, I'm Cam. Welcome back to the Menopause Method. Today's episode is all about how to build a home gym. And this came from a viewer question. She has a new home. She's ready to build a gym in her house. And she's like, Cam, can you help me out? What do you recommend? So today's episode is all about that. Things that are like essential and then things that are nice to have. And I'm so excited to bring this episode to you. We learned in 2020 how to exercise at home. They shut down the gyms. Like we had no choice but to learn how to make our homes work if we were still exercising during that time. For me, I was about 1 year into menopause, and I knew staying strong and keeping my muscle mass was essential. Yet the gyms were closed. We even had dumbbell shortages during this time. I heard stories about people ordering dumbbells online and they were literally stolen in transport to their house. That's crazy. Since 2020, I really never went back to the gym. I learned that I loved it so much. And so I'm going to tell you how to build your own home gym today. One of the reasons why I love working out at home, it's really, really convenient. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to drive and sit in traffic. You don't have to worry about getting ready, in air quotes. You don't have to brush your hair. You don't have to put shoes on. If you've seen my workout videos, you know I don't put shoes on. That was not sustainable. However, if I went to a physical gym, we know that if it's convenient, you're going to be more consistent. And consistency really is the key to unlocking your new habit of working out and exercising and keeping your muscle in menopause. So it's very, very convenient. Also like that there's no intimidation factor. So actually was on a call earlier today and a woman in perimenopause mentioned that when she goes to the gym, she doesn't know what to do with the weights. There's all these guys around, they're grunting and, that intimidation factor. If you did not grow up going to the gym, I could see where that would be a barrier. No, I don't want to go to the gym because there's all these, guys in that area where the weights are. You know what I mean? You've been there, right? So you don't have to worry about that. And also, I just really think working out at home is perfect for menopause. You can prioritize your strength, your energy, and your joint health on your time. And again, if it's convenient, you're going to stick with it, and that really matters. So let's talk about the essentials. What do you actually need? My advice for you to start small and build up over time because you are going to get stronger and you're going to need heavier weights. But let's start with the simple basics. A full gym is not necessary. You can have a really small space with just the minimal amount of equipment and get going. So I would say the bare essentials would be 2 sets of dumbbells. The first set, I'm going to suggest anywhere from 5 to 15 to 20 pounds, and that would be for your upper body. Your upper body is going to need lighter weights. For your lower body, I would suggest 25, 35, maybe 40-pound dumbbells. So 2 sets, a lighter set for your upper body and a heavier set for your lower body. I would also include resistance bands as essentials. I didn't know how much I loved this resistant bands until about 3 years ago. They are amazing to stretch. They're portable. You can throw them in your suitcase. I recently went to Virginia Beach and took my bands with me and I did strength workouts in my Airbnb. So they're super easy to take with you. And also they're affordable. So they usually come in a set and you can use a thicker band as you get stronger or depending on the exercise you're doing. So that's a really good one. Next, I would include something sturdy like a chair or a step. During 2020, I have this chest. It's in our family room now, but that was where I did my step ups on. You need something strong enough to stand on. Yes, you can use your steps. I've used my basement steps before as well. Something like that. So you can do Bulgarian split squats or step ups, something like that. The last essential would be like a yoga mat. So yoga mat's just for comfort when you're doing your floor exercises and your mobility work. You could always use like a beach towel or something like that as well. The next section, these are nice to have additions, but they're not essential. I mean, they're nice to have. And as you get stronger and your consistency increases and you're like want to add to your gym, then I would consider adding some kettlebells. Kettlebells are really versatile for kettlebell swings. You can use them for suitcase carries and even deadlifts. There's a core workout, it's called Around the Worlds, and you can do them with a dumbbell, but it's way more comfortable with a kettlebell. So, what weight would you start with? I would say 15, 20, 35, something like that would be a really nice weight for your kettlebells. I would also include, as nice to have but not essential, is a stability ball. Again, in the last 3 years, I added that to our gym here. It's great for balance and core work. And actually, my favorite way to use a stability ball is it's called a dead bug. So you're laying on your back, your arms are up, your legs are up, but they're bent, your knees are bent, and you're in a dead bug position. You know, the dead bug. Everyone's up. You put the ball between your arms and your knees, and you create tension there in your core, and then you do the dead bug movement. It's one of my favorites. So that is really nice to use with a stability ball. And then the final, like, nice to have but not essential would be a pull-up bar and or a TRX system. These tools are really nice for upper body work. You can do different core things. You can do like ring rows, lots of things you can do. The pull-up bar, oftentimes I'll tie a band to it, and I use it for mobility. Those are nice to have, but they're not essential. Again, it's something you'd like to add as you move on. So now that we know the essential equipment, let's set up your spot. You need to find a dedicated spot. It can be small, just make it a small, consistent spot. An idea would be like a corner of a room or your garage, maybe in your hallway, or even in your backyard if you live in a nice environment where it's not cold all the time and there's snow. We, in this particular house, our old house, our gym was in the furnace room, and it was perfect. Only one, or really, we could only have one person working out well at a time. There were times where we had two people, but it was literally the furnace room where the furnace and the hot water heater was. It was just like that little storage room in the back of your basement. This house where we live now, we have actually half the basement is the gym. It is not necessary. I've never had a home gym like this, but boy, do I love it. So, how do you store things? You know, small shelves are good. I love hanging things. So, anytime you can have wall hooks on anything would be nice. Keep it inviting. So, have good lighting, have a place to play your favorite music, but have all the stuff in that area. So, when you go, it's just like, hey, you're telling your body and your brain, I'm going to go work out. This is my workout area. So, now that we know the equipment and we figured out a little tiny corner in our house, let's make it a routine that actually sticks. So I like to look at my week ahead, usually on Sunday, the Sunday scaries, if you will. Not really, they're not scary. But I need you to plan ahead. So look at your week, like what do you have appointments, when, things that you can't miss, and schedule 2 to 3 sessions per week. Like I'm blocking this time in my calendar for my strength training. You could literally block your calendar. I love doing that. You only need 20 or 30 minutes. And then I like habit stacking it with something that's already existing in your routine. So like after coffee or before you shower, something like that. So you stack it with a habit that's already well established. It makes it easier. Me personally, I like working out noon or earlier. What happens to me as the day goes on, things get filled in, whatever, my energy gets lower. And then if I exercise late in the day, it messes up my sleep, which is a non-negotiable. So earlier in the day is better. You may find out that when you work out earlier in the day, you're actually going to have more energy for the rest of your day, which is like a really, really nice benefit. I encourage you to track your progress, like write down how many weights you did, what weight you use, how many reps did you do, things like that, so you can progressively overload your muscles as you get stronger. So for example, if I did 10 shoulder presses with my 15-pound weight and it was like I felt really good, I would write that down, knowing that next time maybe I could try the 20-pound weight if the 15 was like really easy today. So next time I did the shoulder press, then I can on purpose increase and use a heavier weight. Now, let's say you get to that workout and you're using the 20-pound, you went up 5 pounds, which is significant, and maybe you only can do 8 reps. And that is okay. Write down, I did 8 reps at 20 pounds, and then do the last 2 reps at the old weight that you used to use, the 15-pound weight. It is okay if you don't do the whole set at the new weight. You're progressively overloading your muscles. Each time you're getting a little bit stronger, and that is how you build muscle in menopause. So if you're like, where do I even start? Like, I don't even know what workouts to do. I encourage you to try the Menopause Minis. These are 10-minute strength workouts designed to fit into your life. I personally have been doing them since December. I had a whole group of women test them in the wild in January, and the feedback has been phenomenal. I've been working out for a really long time, and I love the 10-minute workouts. In order for me to get over like a workout had to be an hour, just giving myself permission to do 10 good quality minutes and get on with my day has been so refreshing. These workouts are perfect for busy midlife women who want strength without the overwhelm. So I'll have the link in the show notes for this. You can get stronger in less time, I promise you. If you're not even working out because you don't have an hour and you don't, want to drive to the gym like that, you're not working out. So you're not being consistent. The Menopause Minis helps you be really consistent. In order really to make the most of this, there has to be some mindset shift. That means how you talk to yourself and how you think about yourself. I want you to think of your home gym as like your strength sanctuary. You deserve to be strong and have vibrant energy in menopause, and lifting weights, in my opinion, is the best way to increase your strength, your stamina, your vitality, get healthier. All the things happens when you lift weights. So if you find yourself saying, I don't have time, or I don't have a gym membership, those are excuses. Get rid of those. Strength training is one of the best things you can do for your longevity, your bone health, your metabolism, all the things that you're looking for. Having your clothes fit better, wearing short sleeves shirts when it comes to spring and summer. You can do this. You can do this. So just to recap, you can build a simple, effective home gym. It's just starting with the basics that work for your budget and for your life. And then eventually you can add more weights as you go. I will have the entire gym guide, everything, all the recommended products below this podcast. And again, don't forget about the Menopause Minis. After listening to this episode, if you have any questions about building your gym, hit me up on Instagram. I love hearing from you. Again, I love working out at home, and I would love to share that joy with you as well. If you found this podcast helpful today, please hit follow and share it with your best friends. And I'll see you next week.